welcome to the next Figuarts review of Ant-Man from Captain America Civil War. He comes in the smaller size box. I love as Figuarts come these days. The box is actually pretty nice. Got the Captain shield going on, got Captain and Iron Man on there. Just like the Captain America and Iron Man figure release for Civil War, similar style, but of course in the sort of Ant-Man red color. Now those other two figures were in bigger boxes because they have more accessories. Captain coming with the shield and all, and Iron Man coming with a lot of thrusters and fire effects. And the overall box here is pretty nice with the side there, with the figure printed there. Captain America Civil War printed on the top of the box there. Just Team Captain America. On the back there shows you the different little features that you can do, poses, and of course it comes with a tiny Ant-Man. Whoops, focus, there we go. If you do want to take a closer look at the box art, instruction manual, and photo shoot of the figure, please feel free to head over to the Facebook or click the link in the video description below. And this is kind of cool. Usually it's just like a blank card in the back for the packaging, but here it actually has the Ant-Man head printed on it, sort of like a logo, but it is the head. The instruction sheet is also very simple here. Ant-Man quotes Civil War, you've got hands to swap. The figure box also uses the older style SuperHeroes packaging, where the top plastic casing goes all the way down. This is probably to keep the tiny little Ant-Man safe from falling out or going missing. So just I usually do that with my hands, just do that to make sure it opens quite easily. Ant-Man himself also has a lot of plastic sheets protecting between the hips and between the arms and stuff, so you can just remove that when you're done. And yes, in terms of accessories, apart from the fist already attached to the figure, he has spray open hands and the tiny Ant-Man. You can see him in the top corner there. I'll zoom in and I'll zoom in that in a moment for details, but only two hands, and seriously, it doesn't take that much to produce a tiny little Ant-Man figurine miniature. Two hands. Two hands. Are you kidding me? It doesn't have item holding hands, doesn't have hand pushing button hands. Actually, I'm noticing here, he doesn't actually have a little button on his hands. How's he gonna go big or small? And that's just not from the Ant-Man movie, that's from all Ant-Man appearances, because I'm looking at the Hot Toys Ant-Man figure picture here, and what's that? What's that right there? Let me just zoom in there. Might as well look at the only accessory in this set, which is this tiny little Ant-Man. Look how small he is. He's about like 5mm tall, something like that. And yes, obviously the paint is not too bad. You got silver red painted onto a black piece of plastic, and what does look okay from distance. If you do zoom in, you kind of hope that for an expensive figure that at least the accessory could have the eyes painted, just a little bit black dot, red dot set, but no. I could use my Gundam marker pen, the liner pen, to put a little dot there. That would have made it that. But inside, I could look at the back. Yeah, no paint details on the back whatsoever, apart from the silver covering the entire helmet, which is just sort of a shame. And honestly, it doesn't cost Bandai a lot of money at all to produce this as part of accessory, which again points out how insulting this release is with the amount of stuff that come with Ant-Man. They're gonna give us a effects part, extra hands. I know I'm going over and over about this, but this is really disgusting for release. What's that right there? Little red button for the Ant-Man power-up. Eyes also look a lot brighter. Now, obviously this is probably just the Hot Toys advertising or whatnot, but this is way brighter than the Figuarts here. The Figuarts here, yeah, I know this figure is a lot smaller than Hot Toys, but where's the little red button on his hands? Why is there no red button? And why does he only have two hands as accessories? Ugh. Articulation, double neck joint there, but the lower part of the neck is really stiff, and when he looks up you can sort of see a huge gap there going on. Not so nice. Full rotation of the head. Shoulder pads are on a little hinge. In fact, so the old style SH-Figuarts hinges where it's very obvious that it's on a hinge. Why couldn't this be a little ball joint that plugs the shoulder pad in? Double ball socket upper arms, full rotation here, full rotation here, arms go up, yeah, full rotation, so double elbow joint. Arm is on a little ball that's on a little swiveling peg. Double ball joint for the torso, so up, a bit stiff, down. Looks like there's some mouth going on there, these four things, dots looking like teeth. Sideways is really stiff. In fact, I think the upper body doesn't even, this upper joint doesn't even turn. No, it's not turning, I think it's just a hinge. So it's not a ball joint. Yeah, I'm gonna break it if I try any harder. And it only turns pretty much that much and it gets sort of stuck and keep pushing it. No. I'm scared I'm gonna break this now. Oh. So I'm just gonna hold the lower body to turn it. Ooh. That's not good. Yeah, that's really bad. Quick look inside here, you can see that the ball joint is the lower joint is the ball joint, that's fine, but this middle stomach piece is just on a hinge that's attached to that joint. That's really weird. I've not seen them do that before. And as for they have this little rubbery piece that just goes in there just to cover this joint when he's looking up and down, which is a clever thing to do, I guess, but I've not seen it before, so it's interesting. It sort of makes up for the upper joint being really crap. Yeah, it's still doing that cracky sound. Enjoy that headphone, people. But yeah, that's really annoying. Ow, I'm hurting myself. I'm going to stop that now. Maybe one more. There we go. Legs, also the older joint, so leg goes down, leg goes up just a little bit. This is supposed to be a rotating joint here between the ball socket, the double ball socket, and the this little piece there. But it is really stiff. It's supposed to give you leg rotation, but really stiff. Far too stiff for my liking. Usually I would say, hey, it's stiffer, it's better than too loose, because, you know, over time it can come loose, but this is really tight. And while it's not broken yet, didn't snap on me, I do worry some people might try to turn this, or if or if someone buys it a bit later down the line, maybe a few months later, where the figure's been in the box for a while, where the joints get a little bit stuck together. Are you going to be breaking your joints if it's this tight? It's a little bit worrisome. So leg goes up, leg goes down, leg goes up, double knee joint, feet goes up, down, sideways, even with this sort of trousers sort of in the way, you can still rotate his feet quite well. Toe goes 90 degrees, and at the bottom is just a standard boot lining. So, can you do rider kick? Yes, he can. For those of you who are curious, there is someone edited the AntMan trailer with the Camera Ichigo theme song, which is quite funny. Can he do a relax pose? Oh, sort of. Kinda. Oh, did I bend the top of the torso? I did, but it's so stiff. Christ. Also want to point out the poorly done patchwork of glue here. You can see this flap here. Clearly visible. There's a huge line going across, a huge line of glue just going across. Obviously he's going to be covering something behind it, probably a screw hole or something, but yeah, the glue work and patchwork on this figure is very low quality. Bad QC overall. So, what's nice about this figure? Well, at first glance, it is still a pretty good representation of the figure, of the suit from the movie. If you just take a quick look at it, you might still say that, hey, this is the best 1/12 scale AntMan figure that is out there, and it might still be the best one, with probably the best articulation you can get at this scale. Because let's be honest, the Marvel Legends series is decent for the price, but there's still a lot of articulation issues, and many joints, when you move them, does destroy the look of the suit. SH Figuarts, of course, for the most part, does cover up the joints quite well, and they even painted the joints so when you move the figure around, the suit design isn't cut up where the joints are. So this is still good points of the figure. However, when you're paying a lot of money for an SH Figuarts, you expect the quality that you're paying for. So with the terrible joints, lack of hardly any accessories, apart from hands, they could have had another mini Ant-Man in a slightly different pose. A lack of an alternate head without the helmet, like a little Paul Rudd head. Since we're getting Tony Stark figures, we've got Captain America without the helmet. Why can't we keep doing that? We're getting Scarlett Johansson and Hawkeye soon. Both those figures have a human face there. So why not Ant-Man? It's not like the movie didn't do poorly. I'm sure a lot of people are going to get it. And the price of Ant-Man is still going for a similar price, maybe just a tiny bit cheaper than Captain America and Iron Man. So why is he missing so much? Other problems with, and the paint details, not only is he missing the little switches on his gloves, they're not even molded in. So if you paint it in yourself, it just look a bit like a little flat sticker on him. And speaking of the head earlier, the transparent red eyes don't even reveal anything underneath. It is literally flat, whereas a lot of other SS figures have been quite good with the eyeglasses or eyepiece hiding a bit of a sculpted face behind the glass piece. So that's another disappointment there. So unfortunately for the current price it's going for, I cannot recommend this SS Figuarts. It's been a while since I've been downright saying I can't recommend SS Figuarts, but this one is it. If it was half the price, I'd say go ahead and get it, but at the price it's going for right now, at about 360 Hong Kong dollars, 340 Hong Kong dollars, roughly that range, I cannot recommend this figure at all, and just give it a skip. If you're in the Western Shores, it's going to cost more for you because of the postage and exchange rate and all of that stuff going on. Just get yourself a Marvel Legends, or you can even get yourself the Giant Man if you collect Marvel Legends anyway, and you can combine get a few of them and you can combine the parts to get a Giant Man. That'd be better than this. Yeah, skip the SS Figuarts and, well, unfortunately don't bother. One last thing I'll say is the helmet. The suit looks good with all the etches and the suit and little patterns going on. That's quite good, but the helmet doesn't look a little bit piggy-like. If you look at the photos, look at this video, and then now that I've said piggy, just look at his helmet and you probably won't be able to get that image out of your head anymore. So he's Piggy Man and not Ant-Man, because the helmet shape is just a little bit off. It's a shame as well, because with the rest of the body the proportions are pretty much spot on. If you found this video useful or enjoyable, please consider clicking the like button, subscribe button, and leaving a comment below on how you feel about this figure, or how about the Marvel Legends figure. I don't personally collect them myself because I have to pay a bit more than people in America because they have to get imported. So I feel like the prices here are a bit too high for something that I get from the Marvel Legends line. As always, you can check out my other SS Figuarts reviews on other Marvel superheroes, DC comic superheroes, Kamen Rider, Sailor Moon, and Mario. Hopefully with ad block off, I'd appreciate that so much. I also have a video, Q&A video, asking you guys to ask me questions, as well as me asking you, what should I put in the Patreon goal that will make it something that you guys think will be worthwhile. I'm going to hit some stretch goals and see if I can do more videos on this channel, as well as make this more of a full-time job instead of the actual full-time job I'm doing, because I'm doing that, so it's really hard for me to do more detailed videos or more videos all the time on this channel, as well as animations. But of course you don't have to do any of that. Most importantly, take care, have a nice day, and of course I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.